Welcome back, guys. I know it's been a while since the last Pikmin 3 video that actually had me doing some commentary. I know it's been a while. I've been uploading the OST. I've been taking kind of a break, but we are finally back and we are doing some Super Mario 3D World. So, yeah, I gotta get some love in for that. So in this episode, we are going to be analyzing some screenshots that were released a little while back, about a week ago, by Nintendo, which one of these screenshots include this awesome artwork that is being displayed right now. Now, I apologize, excuse me, I did have this plan to be up earlier, but knowing me and my awesome timing, I always had something coming in the way. At first I had a bunch of relatives over, then it finally got cleared up, then I went to PAX, it got cleared up, I got sick, and then my parents are left for a week, and then iMovie updated, so a lot of things are getting in the way here and there. But we are finally back in this episode. Like I said, we're going to be doing screenshots to start, and eventually in another episode we will be doing actual footage. I know Nintendo has released a lot of it, and I'm pretty excited to get this show on the road. Now, I know this is the long introduction, and this will be the only video with a long introduction like this. So, without further ado, let's begin. So right here in this first screenshot, you can see that Mario is jumping over a bunch of flying mini bugs. Now in the middle, of course, there's a stamp, and if the bottom of the stamp actually corresponds with the stamp itself, we could say that this is a stamp of a question mark block, but I think that's not the case because, you know, question mark block stamp is kind of lame. So, and off in the distance, you can see that there is a warp block, but I kind of wonder, even though this is a sky stage, it would make sense for the platform to move over to that block, but could it be possible that Mario has to use these mini buds to kind of like do a triple jump on the mini buds to make it over? Might be a bit of a stretch, but it's still possible. Anyway, next screenshot. So here we see another beach level with Peach in the cat suit, Mario in the Tanuki suit, and we see a little coin key barely up at the top above that palm tree. That coin key, as you see way off to the right, you can see that there's a warp block, except it is locked. You basically need to collect those keys in order to unlock the block. Now Toad, as you can see, is wearing a crown. Now as far as I know, these crowns basically just give you more points at the end of the level, if you're playing for competitiveness, per se. Now, I don't know if these crowns have any other special function, like maybe it protects you from another hit, but, you know, knowing people out there, they probably know what it does, so if you do know, let me know what you think. Anyway, next screenshot, coming right up. So right here, we see the boss stage from the World 2 something, I believe. Again, not quite sure, I haven't been recording in a while, so please excuse if I have any errors. Here we can see another little detail. If you happen to lose your cat suit, another cat bell will often appear into this fight, making it a little bit easier than having to depend all about precision platforming. Other than that, there really isn't nothing else in this screenshot, so yeah, let's move on. So right here we see the fire flower and the double cherry power being used at once, making Mario duplicate the 5 Marios. Now, something that I've always wondered about the double cherry is that which one actually counts as Mario? I'm default guessing that's the one in the center, which in my opinion would be the second one in the row of 4. But, you know, I really don't know which one counts as the real Mario, or if you get hit, do you just lose a cherry? Sort of like the Pal Pills from Super Paper Mario, excuse me. So, something else I want to know about the cherry power-up. Since it's a double cherry, shouldn't you have like double the amount you already have? So if you had 2, you would have 4, then you have 8, but that, you know, if you think about it, but, you know, I'm making things too complicated. Anyway, next screenshot, let's just keep it moving. So right here, we see another circus-like stage, and we see a checkpoint flag right there, and that's pretty normal in Mario games nowadays. What's interesting is that the crown being knocked off of Luigi's head. It seems by attacking the player with the crown, you can actually make them lose their crown. And I'm wondering if they lose their crown and nobody else can get it, and it'll respawn in an area eventually, or will the player that currently has it just lose it, and the other players can basically fight off for what they wanted, who gets it. And honestly, that could result in a lot of ground pound matches, but you know, all for the points, man, all for the points. Also, considering this stage is like circus, like, well, not really circus, but vibrant colors in the back, we see some nice little bright colors. I could suggest that this is another circus-like stage, and we've seen quite a few. Anyway, let's keep on going. Here we see another dessert-like level with some stigbies right there, or stigbees, whatever you want to call them. And you see that they're either sitting down really awkwardly, or they're sliding down this delicious-looking frosting-like hill. Now in the background, we can see some cupcakes or cakes, and that also looks like I don't know, like a European cathedral or something. It kind of looks like that. Other than that, you can see off the distance, right before that thing in the background, you can see that the gold flag is right there, meaning that this is probably pretty far to the level if the gold flag's right there, or you just have a warp pipe that will lead you to another part of the level and then to the gold flag. So whatever, you know. See, it probably means they're near the end of the stage. Now, if they don't have any green stars, that might mean this level is a pretty hard level to get green stars because they're pretty hidden. But that's pretty much all I can say. So, next screenshot. Right here, we see the fuzzy level where the fuzzies are just chasing you up this ginormous tower. And we saw this again in the E3 stage. Now, we don't really see anything new, but something occurred to me, like maybe, well, since there are things below, maybe this isn't just a one-way stage. Maybe there's like a different path midway, and you could go back under and go back and find any secrets. Because another level, it seemed to have a jump pad somewhere, and thus it could have implied that you could go back to the level once another hazard similar to this fuzzy swarm is cleared out. But aside from that, there's really nothing new. We already saw the stage. So, next screenshot. Right here we see that same old stage that we saw at E3 that we thought was the first level, but it wasn't really. Had a lot of first level attributes, but it wasn't. So here we can see that a Goomba actually managed to get into that clear pipe. And judging by that look on its face, it's probably pretty surprised to go to that clear pipe. So maybe you can, now this is just a theory, but maybe you can force enemies to go into clear pipes, and when they get out, they'll be like confused or something, judging by that awfully surprised face on that Goomba, which actually looks kind of funny. So I'm just guessing that clear pipes could be a way to like confuse some enemies, which would be pretty interesting. Don't know how useful it would be because you can just like step on an enemy, honestly. So that's cool, but again, I'm just going off of nothing right here. So yeah, nothing really else. Next screenshot. Ooh, this screenshot. This is where it gets kind of interesting. So right here we just blandly see this Magic Koopa and Luigi facing off. Now, and it looks to be like they're all on a tilted platform in a lava-like area. Now, one thing that would flaw this idea. Why is Luigi facing a lone Magic Koopa on a tilted platform in the middle of nowhere? Well, there could be two things into this. One thing is that maybe there's a horde of Magic Koopas that'll keep on respawning. Or two, the one that I support. Maybe this isn't a Magic Koopa after all. Maybe this is a boss battle with Kamek. Yeah, because Magic Koopas do appear on that gigantic art for the game. So I have kind of supported the idea that this could be Kamek, a Kamek boss fight, because you know he's on a tilted platform with nothing else in the immediate area. So for all we know, it could be a Kamek boss fight, and that would be really cool in a 3D Mario game. So, anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say. Next screenshot. Alright, this next screenshot, for those of you who have played previous Mario games, you probably know what it is. But for those of you who haven't played it, no, it's not like Mario, Luigi, and Peach just had a really bad batch of pasta or anything like that. It's actually a signature move in Mario Bros. Multiplayer series. If two of them, not everybody, but if two or more people ground pound at the same time, it will release like a shockwave, which will destroy everything on screen. Well, not destroy it, will defeat all enemies on screen at least. Now, well, what they used to apply in the Mario Bros. Games, but since this is a 3D plane, do those enemies in the really far background get included in this? I suppose not, because they really aren't that. They really are far away from it, but you know, just in 3D plane, I wonder how this Mega Ground Pound move would work in a 3D Mario game. So anyway, next screenshot coming right up. Alright, this screenshot, it marks a new ability, I guess you could say, in this game, which is being able to steal the Koopa shells of the Koopas, and then even be able to ride in them. So as you can see, it's pink, probably just because Peach has it, or that Koopa without shell right there, as he's just wearing like an undershirt. Unless he was wearing a pink shell, which I highly doubt it, then probably it's just changed his color depending on who it is carrying the shell, and you can ride it around based on some other footage released. That was released eventually, like October or something. And pretty cool how you can like jack the Koopas, like you jack someone's jacket and they just run off with it. It's kind of funny. But I kind of wonder if like with this Koopa shell we can do like Luigi and Super Mario 64 style, or just any Koopa. Oh, never mind. Screw Luigi. Just when you ride Koopa shell in Mario 64, you could go on the water. Well, would the same thing happen here, since you're technically riding a shell, except you are the shell? I guess you could say, but I really hope that would return, because I really like that. Anyway, next screenshot. Alright, right here we see some enemies that you might not recognize at first, but believe it or not, they're actually the bully enemies from Super Mario 64 that were in Lethal Lava Lair. You know, those little enemies that would try to push you into the water? And now they seem a little bit more intimidating, wouldn't you say? Now, if the same mechanics apply, I would assume that you'd have to somehow push them off, or maybe into those two holes in the ground. But because we've never seen any move that Mario can use, like you can't punch like you did in Super Mario 64, how would he deal with these bullies? Like maybe there's a cat suit or an item block holding a cat suit, so maybe you can like pounce on them and push them back or anything, or maybe you have to ground pound them all the way. You know, I really don't know how you would get rid of the bullies if the same thing applied. Now, as you can also see, it's raining. Now in previous Mario games, my knowledge, the only thing that I can slightly remember about rain is Space Storm Galaxy in Galaxy 2, but does rain just happen in a level, or is it like sort of like Pikmin 3 where it's random, or maybe it's just depending on your environment? Now, I really don't know, and it'd be really cool to see how this rain works, or if it has any effect at all, which I doubt it does, but it looks pretty cool having all the water on the lens. So, next screenshot. Alright, so this one shows Mario at that same beach where Peach was hiding in that Koopa shell. And I'm just inferring that, but in future trailers and stuff, they do in fact have the same scene with Koopas. But these giant Goomba sculptures, what do they do? Are they just for scenery? Now something tells me they're like those giant, what do you call them, Waddle Dees from Kirby's Return of Dreamland, where if you attack them, they split into 3 smaller Goombas. Now I wonder if that is the case here, because that would be actually pretty cool. But, you know, by some future footage we have seen later, that we could clearly see that they don't seem to move that often. But maybe it's because they're either too far away. But then again, why does Mario, or Luigi in this case, have that Goomba suit on? Like, why? Maybe it's like when you get too close to them, they'll start moving or anything? That'd be really cool and interesting, but I don't know why Luigi has that Goomba suit on. Like, I really don't. If any of you guys have any theories, please feel free to share them with the next screenshot coming up. Alright, so this screenshot, I'm pretty sure anybody who has seen E3 footage or anything has seen this level, where you basically just get on this giant sea serpent's name. I can't remember it off the top of my head. I'll put an annotation or something right now if I remember it. But anyway, if, you know, we've all seen this, like the rings that'll give you, not rings, but coins, but you see that land way up there? And it's clearly not part of the scenery, because as you see, it's slightly elevated. Like, you can see that it's bulging out of the main walls. Like, is it possible to like get off the sea serpent and like maybe make it onto that, like, those strips of land? And like, that would be kind of cool, because it doesn't really look like those pieces of land are made or like part of the cliff or wall that's making up this place or enclosing this place. So can we like get off this sea serpent to maybe explore up there? Maybe if you have the cat suit, which I don't know how you get it in this level of all levels. Maybe if you have the cat suit, you can like jump off and climb up it. But no, I really don't know. Anyway, I think this is our closing it up here. So next few screenshots are coming up, guys. Alright, so I included this screenshot mainly because it really made me think for a little. Now, as you can see, this level is clear in the sky, and Peach is standing next to one of those cat switches where you basically have to use your cat suit to activate. Now, however, you see there's a piece of land over there, but the giant piranha plant, and then there's no way to get up there. So I've came up with 3 possible explanations as to how you get up there. One of them, in my opinion, would be if you move this little cat switch, which I guess I'll call it, maybe it'll make like a path appear. And second is that, which is the one I favor, is that maybe like what happened in Galaxy when you destroy some piranha plants, especially in Gusty Garden Galaxy, you get the vines, and maybe that would apply here. Now that'd be really cool if that happened, because the vine mechanic was a pretty unique mechanic in Galaxy. How you climbed up vines by spinning around in circles. Kind of original, but the third one would just have like some pipe, which would be kind of boring. But you know, in terms of originality, I'm supporting. In terms of logicness, I'm supporting theory 1 and 3. In terms of, you know, what I favor, I'm supporting theory 2. So, now that's all I gotta say for this. Next screenshot. Alright, so now we're analyzing the big screenshot itself, the cover artwork. So, you know, just glancing normally, you see like a few mountains, bloopers, a Goomba laying in the sun, you see like a Koopa chasing its shell, you know, cat Goomba, a few piranha plants, those spikes, dry bones, damn it! Well, I'll get more of that. You see some cat bullet bills, bitty buds, you see some Jarden Chucks, I think they're called. We see those more bug enemies, which we still don't know the name for, and now we're getting some more interesting stuff. We see like a bullet train, quite literally, not screwed bullet trains like in Japan, no, like legit bullet trains, which we do see a little bit more of in future videos. Future videos released by Nintendo, and we also see the Toad Brigade guy. Now, we actually did get some info on him. Is that you basically rescue him in a level, and what happens is that you'll get to play with him in a quest to get some green stars. Now the catch is that because of his backpack and headlamp and everything, the Toad Brigade captain can't jump, which I find kind of fun. So basically you just get a quest for green stars and you just can't jump. Now to get on to Bowser. Now the fact that, again, that there's a lone Magic Koopa makes me even more supportive of the Kamek theory. And then, you see, he's carrying one of the Spritzies, which are the relatives of the inhabitants of Spritzy Kingdom. You see, Bowser has 2 things here. One, he has a regular Bowser castle, and way off in the corner, he has a freaking Bowser Party Castle, which is hilarious. And I'm thinking that the Bowser castles are going to be midpoints where he acts all serious, and then this Bowser world. It's gonna be like the world bosses. It sort of reminds me of like Eggman's from Sonic Colors. I don't know if any of you else get that vibe, but I'm getting it. Now the next screenshot is so important. I just really want to go over it. So let's get straight to it. Alright, this is my probably favorite screenshot. If we zoom way up there in the corner, even smaller than Bowser's little amusement park of terror, look what we see in the corner. The Comet Observatory. Now, originally I always knew that Rosalina was probably going to be involved, especially with green stars. I'm like, that just spelled like a Galaxy sequel. Now, but Rosalina, since this is technically a sequel to Super Mario 3D World Land, why is Rosalina here? Now, part of the thing that confuses me is that she's near Bowser's domain, which I have no idea. Well, maybe it's just artwork, but I'm really confused. What role could Rosalina have other than green stars? What other role could Rosalina have in this game? Now, I'm thinking like maybe Rosalina is the one who's been giving you the clear pipes. Now, this is just a wild theory again. I'm just thinking that Rosalina could be the one that's been giving you all these clear pipes between each world to help you defeat Bowser, but again, that's just me. If you guys have any awesome theories, please make sure to leave them in the comments, because I would really like to hear them. So this is gonna wrap up this screenshot analysis, yes. So now I will be analyzing the October analysis. Not gonna analyze the E3 analysis now. Really no point in doing it. I know 3D World launches in like a few weeks, but I feel like I just wanted to get this out of the way because I've been working on it quite a while. If you guys think I should do a 3D World Nintendo Direct footage or not, please make sure to comment and tell me, because I kind of want to at the same time I don't. But I also have some new things about Smash Bros. 4 that I also want to do. But you know, I'm only like 15 years old, and for any of you who have been in high school or are in high school, you know how busy you get sometimes. So I apologize if I really haven't been active lately, just because of a bunch of things going on, but I promise I will try to be more active. If you guys want me to finish the OST, please let me go in the comments, because I've noticed a lot of them, aside from like SS Drake and all that, haven't been getting many views. So if you guys really don't care if I stop making them, or do you want me to continue them, please make sure to leave it in the comments below. Anyway, I have nothing else to say now, so it's been Aeroblaze77. I've been Aeroblaze777, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.